Hello everybody, welcome to another GwentCast. This is Ham Wolf bringing you a very special game today. Today we are going to have the quarterfinals from the most recent Bloody Ox tournament. This is going to be a multi-game series for this quarterfinals match, so that will be cast over the next few days. If you like this, go ahead and check out the Bloody Ox tournament. You can tweet them at Bloody Ox Esports. Goro, the person who submitted this video, you can tweet him over at GwentCast. And this is going to be a really interesting series of games. We're going to start off with a classic just Northern Realms default build versus a Spy deck. And Empire Enforcer is going to come down for the Spies player. A pretty typical opening for the Spies deck. Nothing unusual yet. We'll see how Goro wants to respond to this Empire Enforcers. Not a lot of interaction for the Northern Realms deck. Not enough currently to warrant dealing with the Empire Enforcers right away. Future options include possibly Radovid or Battering Ram triggers to shoot down the Empire Enforcers. Taking down the Empire Enforcers is very big for this matchup. But Death Mold, the new tech coming down... you're seeing a lot of Death Mold now because of so much gold weather that Clear Skies is becoming a very good play. So having Clear Skies attached to a body, very strong, but we'll see the Nilfgaard equivalent coming in, putting down a Biting Frost for the Spies player on the melee row of the Northern Realms player. We'll see a second Blue Stripe Scout come in, pumping up those 4-powered units. Only one unit currently in that Frost, a 5-powered unit.
I like it.
Cynthia coming down, only revealing an 8. So she'll go up to 13 power, and Battering Ram coming down for the Northern Realms player. One of the more powerful bronze units. So we'll see a full 12 power out of that Battering Ram. Our first spy coming in for the Spies deck. 2 emissaries going on the ranged row. Finding finally an Emperor Brigade, the second most important card for the Spies deck. So Emperor Enforcers, Emperor Brigade, very important for the Spies deck. Dealing with those cards is a surefire victory. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there's going to be that much more to deal with this brigade outside of possibly locking it with Radovid. We'll see when Goro wants to pull the trigger on that, if they possibly want to save it for the second round, or if another brigade comes down, if he wants to Radovid the second brigade. So Stennis will come down and unfortunately find a Blue Stripes Commando, the worst pull for Prince Stennis possible. So many other options, unfortunately none available. So John Calviet will come down for the Nilfgaard player. Looking at 3 cards currently, will get the option to play one of those cards. Finds the second brigade. We'll see if it's time to pull the trigger on that Radovid. The Frost finally killing off that last unit. No units currently available in that melee row for that Frost to take down on. We may see Battering Ram just come in here. So Battering Ram will in fact come in. We'll see another full value Battering Ram. Dealing 4 and then 2. Nilfgaard puts another emissary into that Frost, so getting a little bit of extra value from that Frost, eking out all the points that they can get. Nausicaa Brigade will come down and shoot down one of the ranged row Spies, going up to a 9-powered unit. An 11-point swing there total for the Spies player. So back to the lead play for the Northern Realms player. Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry eating 5 armor, going up to a 13-powered unit. Another emissary coming in? Yes, another emissary coming in off of Kalok. So we'll see what that emissary finds. It finds an infiltrator. Infiltrator will target the battering ram. So it did not target the Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry, which says to me that there's no Menno currently in the Nilfgaard player's hand. So they may instead have a Nausicaa Brigade looking to shoot down that 7-powered unit. So a Commander's Horn coming down here. I would have liked that Commander's Horn to go one more unit to the left so as not to tag that last emissary all the way on the right side, just in case there are 2 Nausicaa Brigades left in the Nilfgaard player's hand. We don't want to give them any extra value. So 3 cards for each player. A Biting Frost is on the melee row for the Northern Realms player, but not currently ticking down on anything. We'll see if a second cavalry wants to be committed here. It's a little late for Radovid. I'd like to see Radovid be held here for the following rounds. Shawnee is pretty important for round 2, so we're not going to see Shawnee quite yet. We may just go ahead and see this heavy cavalry come down to try to eat another card of the Spies player. The Spies player not very good at playing on low cards, just a weakness of the Spy deck. We'll see if the Spies player can commit enough power. Basically another John Calviet coming down here via Kahir. So we'll get to look at 3 cards from the top of their deck and play 1. This card can find gold cards, so let's see what Kahir finds. Kahir will find an assassin, a not very good assassin on this board, at most 8 damage. So we'll opt to take the 8 damage on that heavy cavalry, and we'll see a pass here from the Northern Realms player. Not much the Northern Realms player can do here. We'll see if the Spies player can create enough tempo to take round 3. We will almost positively see a dry pass from the Spies player here, as it needs the most cards possible going into round 3 in order to take down this game. Eskel, good draw, very good at dealing with Impera Enforcers. Curious to see whether Goro wants to kick this heavy cavalry or not. It's probably one of the best bronzes that he has access to. And yes, he does opt to keep that, because there are still some really bad draws in the way of Blue Stripe Scout. But we'll have to commit one of the cards from their hand here. Eskel coming down.
All right.
The weakest, potentially, of the 3 cards available in their hand. Eskel is really only good if the opponent finds Impera Enforcers. It is okay against Nausicaa Brigade, but committing Eskel here is just fine. So 1 card down for the Northern Realms player. A tie game going into round 3. Let's see who will win this match. If the Spies player will be able to create enough tempo, only having 2 Enforcers available in the deck, but still Joachim as the big finisher. So Naneke, not a very good draw. There were a ton of other better draws via John Natalis, Dijkstra. Even Terryman Infantry would have been better than pulling that Naneke. Naneke is only an 8-powered unit here. There's no other synergies going on with Naneke. Trying to figure out for the Northern Realms player if there is any value in putting cards back with Naneke. We might see Spies go back to help combat the Vicovaro Novice, or just see the single Blue Stripes Commando be put back into the deck. Now, Blue Stripes Commando will be pulled off of Shawnee when Shawnee resurrects Prince Dennis. So that Impera Enforcer's coming down and really hurting that this Eskel had to be burned in round 2. Being able to destroy this Impera Enforcers would be a very huge tempo play for the Northern Realms deck. But Stennis will come down and hopefully find something good.
I'm not afraid.
So Shawnee pulls Stennis. Stennis will pull a Blue Stripes Commando out of the deck and find a Terryman Infantry. So a pretty good find. Maybe the best find for that Prince Stennis. So 32-6 the score, but only 2 cards for the Northern Realms player and 4 cards available for the Spies player. We'll see how the Spies player wants to play this out. A lot of cards. Sequencing is very important coming into this final round. An 18-point heavy cavalry available in hand for the Northern Realms player, and Radovid for 14 points also available. Holding this Radovid is preventing a potential Nothern Enforcers from coming down here. Joachim will be found off of Rainfarn, one of the big finishers for the deck. Finding Peter Sar. Peter Sar will be able to destroy a Temerian infantryman. You can see here that Goro is confused as to why the Peter Sar did not target the Prince Stennis, because that would have removed the 10 power unit from, or the 10 armored Prince Stennis from the board, making the Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry much more difficult to get value from. But I think that there are 2 possible explanations for that. Either the Spies player wasn't sure if there was a Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry, because there's still a bunch of cards available for the Northern Realms player deck, or they're sitting on Infiltrator Menno. But Radovid will finally come down, locking up that Impera Enforcers. So no more triggers off of that Impera Enforcers. A very large lead for the Northern Realms player, but 2 cards still available for the Nilfgaard player. So we will see Infiltrator, and I'm assuming Menno coming down as this last card. And yeah, Menno will come down, giving a 1-match lead to the Spies player, Nathan. So congratulations, Nathan, on winning Game 1 of the series. We will go ahead and cast a Game 2 coming up tomorrow. So join us again tomorrow. Check out my channel. 5 p.m. Central Time is when my videos get uploaded. If you have a video that you'd like to submit, go ahead and submit it to hamwolfgwent@gmail.com. If you liked what you see here and you want to participate in some tournament Gwent, go ahead and check out the Bloody Ox tournament. Go ahead and tweet at Goro. You can find him at Goro Gwent on Twitter. Go ahead and tweet him and tell him that you've enjoyed watching this game. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is Ham Wolf, signing off.